first of all, I always knew that I was bisexual, which, in the 50s and 1960s, the idea of being queer, gay, this was like, there was something really wrong with you. So when I found out that it wasn't just me, I thought I invented homosexuality. I mean, I had no idea that it existed. Then I met Larry Biscayno, who's in the story. Then he took me to gay bars, and then he gave me, the books of Jean Genet, particularly Our Lady of the Flowers. What, there are gay people in Paris? So then meeting all these gay men who loved my mind. They loved my curiosity, they loved my sense of humor and my wit. And actually, those gay men became the doors to all kinds of, they were my doors of perception, so it's just such an interesting experience for me to be at the age I am now, be able to look over my whole life, to be able to see that it was all meant to be, it all did come to, I did grow up to be the person I wanted to be, which is outside of every other kind of achievement. That is the greatest achievement that one can have, that you actually fulfilled your destiny. We had a lot of extra scenes that we shot of my memories and Steve's memories of the AIDS epidemic in the East Village. The actors were phenomenal. They were phenomenal. Almost all of them were gay. So even though they were in their 20s and maybe very early 30s, it was deeply impacting for them. I was approached by Chris Kraus, who was, she was booking the Poetry Project on Monday nights. And I was complaining about something I saw there that I was like, you've got to be kidding me, like really, And I was very outspoken, And she said to me, well, why don't you come and do something here? And I said, well, how would that work? I said, I don't write. I'm not a writer. And she said, well, I hear that you write your own stuff in other people's shows, which I had become kind of known for doing. And I said, yes. And she said, well, why don't you come and do a show here? And so that was how I made my first show.
Huh.
And that first show was made up of me becoming other people that I knew, but not only that I knew, but other people knew them. And they all commented, whether it was Andrea Whips commenting on the downtown art scene and Andy Warhol and the factory, or whether it was me doing my Aunt Lucy, who was this working class Italian lady who lived on West Broadway, in the first building on West Broadway. Everyone knew her because West Broadway was the shopping mecca at that time, and she was always on a pillow outside her window. And she, I used a lot of things that she said and then added a couple of things. It's all about gentrification. It's all about the erasure of history. My relationship has always been with the general public. Arts administrators have very rarely understood my work. Critics have very rarely understood my work. The audience has always understood my work. They've always been there for me. They buy tickets. They buy tickets to see me make new work. My relationship is with them. I became a very good writer. I became an independent, unique thinker. And I am committed to inspiring young people, and particularly people who come from backgrounds like mine. And all of that for me is exceptional. And this opportunity that you've given me here at Baruch to be partnering with a school that has a large immigrant and first-generation population has been very moving for me and has also supported the way I'm writing. Because I'm also writing, I want to write for those people. I've always said that I write for people, I create theater for people who have no theater. I write for people who have no writing.